Guess who's back?
You're now listening to Unapologetic, the podcast, with your two hosts, Trey and Reg, discussing any and everything unfiltered.
Mic check, 1 2 1 2. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. I am your host, Reg, the Prime Minister, at your service. As y'all can see, I got Miss Cherie with me, pouring drinks and whatnot. She's being her own self bartender right now. How are you, lady?
I am good.
How are you?
I am.
I like
Good.
the unapologetic purple.
Oh, thank you.
Anything the word is on, I'm just going to name that color.
Okay. Unapologetic purple.
Yeah.
Okay.
What's good with you though?
Nothing, you know me. Just slow motion out here in good old Washington, where it's cold and rain every day.
When it's cold outside. Yeah. So you wanted to take a shot. You want to take a shot now? Or you just want to wait and we can pause?
Whenever you feel like it's time to take a shot, because I have it ready.
Because I actually wasn't going to drink today, but
Oh, I'm sorry.
we can go ahead and get started with one before.
Okay.
While we just chopping it up and catching up, you know. We talked about our most recent episode that was released, episode 64, Dirty Mackin'.
Mm-hmm.
How'd you feel about that?
Oh, I loved it. That was by far, you got some good ones, but that was by far a very, very good episode. Especially the two co-hosts or the guests that you had on were very good. I enjoyed listening to them. I think I even told you I was in the gym working out and I just lost myself in the conversation there. And I went over the time that I said I was gonna be in the gym because I had to hurry up and get back home and go to work. But yeah, it was really good.
Appreciate it. And I just actually edited one of our previous episodes, me, you, and Nisha. That was something I was actually didn't know when I was going to release it, but I didn't do nothing this week. So, and someone was like, "Hey, you should do something, like be consistent, stay consistent." Dive forward, and I was like, "All right, so I'm gonna release something." But yeah, but what's good with you, man? What we gonna talk about today? We can talk about anything. I do have some topics and things that we can actually, go through. Let's get this shot out the way though. What we taking this shot?
We only take one shot?
Well, this one I didn't. We'll see.
I'm just joking.
We'll go with the flow, because y'all be drinking and shit, and then y'all like, I don't know why y'all let Reggie peer pressure y'all into taking these shots and drinking. I'm like, what? I be minding my business and somebody else like say, hey, let's take some shots or something. Then y'all get it started.
You never turn the shots down. You never turn it down. You're like, okay.
Well, yeah, but I heard it's impolite to turn the shot down.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, what are we taking this shot to? I don't know. Whatever. We'll do it later. Whatever.
Okay.
Boom. Hey, this shot out to Beach, sponsored by Crown today.
Oh, okay. Well, I took a shot of Casamigos.
Casa Crown.
Casa.
And what you drinking? What's that?
A Long Island.
Okay. All right. So
it's a mixer.
Hmm.
It's just a mixer, so.
Oh, just the mix. Okay. So let's start like this. Let me ask you this question. Cheating. Do you think cheating can be addictive?
Yeah. I do think it can be addictive because if you're constantly cheating and never getting caught, then you feel like you're invincible, right?
Okay.
And you're gonna continue to do it. It's like the thrill of not getting caught, or the thrill of getting caught, or not getting caught, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's the fun in it, I guess, of not getting caught. But if you do get caught, and then the woman continues to take you back, it's like, oh, well, you know, let me just be good for 3 months, 4 months. And then I'm just gonna get a little smarter with how I move the next time. So yes, I do think it can be addictive if the woman continues to accept your apologies and take you back. Yeah.
Okay, so you think the thrill of, well, I'm not saying that you think this, but I'm asking, okay, the thrill of not being caught, you think that outweighs the pleasure or satisfaction that person is going to get from cheating?
Yeah, because the person that wants to, wait, ask the question again.
I said, so do you think the thrill of not being caught outweighs the, I guess, pleasure or satisfaction that the person is getting from cheating?
No, because obviously if you're cheating, well, for me, I think if you're cheating, then that person is giving you something that you're not getting at home, potentially. Or you could just be greedy and want your cake and ice cream and all that other shit.
Once a cheat, always a cheat?
I'm not gonna say that.
Okay, all right. I was waiting.
I'm not gonna
because
say
that is a general consensus.
No, I'm not gonna say that, because people make mistakes, you know, and you learn from your mistakes, especially if it's happened to you or you've been the one that's done the cheating. You see how it affects that other person, and if you really care about that person, then you don't want to see them hurt like that.
Okay.
So.
But that's when the other factors come into play then, right? Well, they could come into play, far as in the thrill of just cheating or doing something that you're not supposed to do. And because, so I totally understand what you're saying. The time I cheated, and saw that, you know, how bad it hurt her, like, and for women, a lot of women won't understand this, but there's a lot of men that feel that way. Like, when you really say like, no, this shit like probably hurt me as bad or worse than it hurt you. Like, I was like sick to my damn stomach, like just like seeing how destroyed she was crying, you know, all the other stuff. So I mean, like, that shit was like one of the worst feelings I ever had. Like knowing that I did somebody that way and seeing like the reaction and how bad, you know, she was taking it. Like, I didn't want to eat. Like, I was like crying. Siri, shut up. What are you talking about? But yeah, like, I mean, so I know that saying is cliche, like, you know, this shit, like, it probably hurt me more than it hurt you or whatever else, because I don't know, you can't tell. But yeah, that was like some of the worst, like one of the worst feelings I ever had. Like, I was like, when I tell you, I was literally like sick to my stomach, just like knowing how bad I hurt this woman. And I was out of town, and I was like, you know what? Fuck everything I got going on right now. I'm about to get back on this road and drive back home. And did it, and then went back, and then the next day came back. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh man, yeah. But
You gotta mend those. You gotta mend it, but it's almost like, so you say it hurts you more than it hurts.
So that's what it feels like, because I can't really tell you or tell that person like how bad they're hurting. Just like they don't. Just like when you say that, they might not think like, nah, you don't care. Well, you know the saying, you don't care, because if you cared, you wouldn't have did it. That ain't necessarily true either.
It's true.
Okay.
But it's almost like, what's the point in cheat? Like, if you are completely happy at home, you're doing everything, the woman or the man is doing everything that they're supposed you to keep you satisfied, to keep you happy. Why cheat? What's the reason? Like, I want to know that. What is the reason people cheat? If they're happy in their household, if they're happy in their relationship, why cheat?
So I'm
Because
probably
that's
about
the
to,
question. I'm gonna be honest. That's the question that I asked. Why? What was the reason? What did I did? What was there something that I did not do? You know what I mean?
mm-hmm.
And he could never answer the question.
So honestly, I don't know if I can answer it. I might answer it with the question.
Okay.
So I mean, is everybody completely 100% happy?
What do you mean?
Relationship wise?
So you're not going to.
Or are you is everyone either completely 100% happy, or are you content?
That's a good question. So I don't think so it's almost like, what is your definition of being 100% happy? Because there are going to be times in your relationship where there's arguments.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to fucking be around that person. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Whatever. But at the same time, does that lead to you cheating, going out here and cheat? Just because, y'all got into a big argument or something, does that mean I'm gonna go out here and cheat? Right? And then
Yeah.
does it just mean, okay, well, we having an argument, but at the end of the day, I still love this guy, and it is what it is. Is that being content? Or, so it's almost like I'm asking you the question back, because I don't know. I feel like our relationships are a work in progress. You're constantly working to get better. You're constantly working to get better.
Mm-hmm.
I was married for 6 years, and I can honestly say I don't think I knew him 100%. I knew a lot about him,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think I knew him 100%. And he could probably, and the same thing with me. I don't think he knew me 100%. He knows a lot of the things that I liked, and vice versa. But I think as you mature, your happiness change.
Right.
If that makes sense.
Yes, because we are ever evolving, just mentally, physically, emotionally, all the other stuff. But I mean, just to not knowing someone, like, I think I've asked this question plenty times. Like, when do you really think you know someone? Probably never, because I
Yeah.
mean, what you like today, you might not like 6 months from now. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It might be something different. Like, you know, I, you change. We all change. I
Yeah.
can know, the basis and the foundation of everything about you, because there's a lot of things that might not change, but there are going to be a lot of changes in between here and there,
Mm-hmm.
with certain things. So I think getting to know someone is always going to be a ongoing thing.
Mm-hmm. It is. It is. It's ongoing, and it is what it is. I just feel like being content. I don't. What is being content though? Like,
So just like saying, like, well, I guess in relationship terms, um, you can say, okay, this person, I like this, and this about them, but I don't like this, I don't like that. But all these things that I do like outweigh this that I don't like, and so, I'm happy with where I'm at. Like, is the grass green over there? I don't know, but I'm not willing to go try it out or test it, which you probably shouldn't, or you shouldn't. We'll say that you shouldn't, because you don't know. And people
for
always
sure.
say, "Oh, the grass ain't greener." Like, how the fuck you know? that grass might be green. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, when you go through social media all the time and someone say my grass is greener or some shit, it might not be. Like, that's subjective. But
It
I
is.
think that's being content. Like you're saying, look, I'm happy where I'm at. Like, I'm happy with these positives and these negatives. Like, there's some flaws here, but there are a lot of, good pros here that outweigh these cons. So
Right.
I'm happy. I'm happy with what I got. I don't need to upgrade.
Okay.
Even though
Okay.
this over here might look like an upgrade. They might be in a different tax bracket. They might be XYZ, have this and that. I don't need to upgrade.
Mm-hmm.
I'm content where I'm at.
I understand. And that, it's they always say the grass is greener on the other side, but who wants to test those waters, right? Because me personally, I always feel like you're going to find, if you're in a relationship or not even in a relationship, whatever, you're out with someone, there's always going to be a woman that you think is more attractive than whoever you're with, right?
Very true.
So does that
Probably.
mean, woman or man, so does that mean that you're going to leave it because this woman is maybe she's trying to give you some attention? Does that mean you're going to leave the one that you're with because she looks better? I feel like that's all surface based type stuff. You know what I mean? This woman can be gorgeous. You know what I mean? She can be whoever, right?
Right.
She can be whoever, but just have all these bad attributes or values about her. But because she looked good, you're like, oh, well, I feel like I'm a winner. But, and there's a lot of men out there still like that. They want like a trophy on their arm, but the trophy has
But
nothing to
who don't though? So I would definitely ask that question. Who don't? Or at least
I get it.
or at least would like to feel like, they have, you know what I'm saying? Like it's a different feeling when you with a woman and you walk in a spot and heads is turning.
That is very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Very true. However, if she can't bring shit but her looks, how far is looks gonna take you?
That is a great question. And sadly, but truly, it's taking a lot of these women. It's taking some of these women. I'm not even gonna say a lot. I'm not gonna say some. It's taking a select few of women a long ways, a lot of places, but everybody can't.
If a man is only looking for a woman for her looks, then okay, whatever. You know what I mean? But if a man is looking for a little bit more or looks and beyond that, then looks are not going to get you far. You know what I mean?
And it might be that man that just can be content with the looks. Like, okay, like I can deal with her not being able to cook or her having a badass attitude because she has a badass body and she got a beautiful face. So I'm content, with the rest of with everything else. Like I can, which I mean, and it all depends on how deep or surface level that man is too. Jada Pickett Smith, why does she continue to kick Will's back end?
Because he allows her to.
Do you think that's what it is?
Yes, he allows her to. Or
so how could your man stop that?
Hey, stop putting our business out in the public.
Okay.
Period. Let's talk about it.
You talk about what you want to, but keep my name out. So something like that.
Yeah, but the thing is, I feel like, Jada has Red Table Talk, right? And I used to listen to Red Table Talk a lot. I don't even know why I stopped listening. Maybe because my tempo at work just ticked up a little. I don't know. Anyway, I used to listen to Red Table Talk a lot. And I feel like Jada needs to be in a spotlight every 2 to 3 months, maybe 3 to 4 months. She needs to be in a spotlight. You know what I mean? Okay. And unfortunately, Will is her dummy. You know what I mean? Will is her fucking boy toy that she gets to use to get put in the spotlight. Now, if I was Will, I would be like, look, yo, if we having problems in our marriage, if we having problems with our sex life or whatever, why does the public need to know that shit? Like, seriously. But the thing is, Jada does a lot of clickbait where she gets people, she'll say, hey, you know, I don't even know what the caption was this time. Something about it's hard to be married 20 plus or whatever the fucking caption was.
It's hard to keep a healthy sex life or something like that.
Okay, that was the caption, right? It's hard to maintain a healthy sex life. If you go and listen to, well, if she, I don't know, because I didn't look into it, but if she talked about it on her Red Table Talk or whatever, you know what I mean? It's going to be totally spun differently.
Right.
But people don't go and do their research. I'm like, oh, look at this caption. You know what I mean?
Right, at all.
Caption. She's how, oh, she's at Will neck again or whatever. But
so, and honestly, this one wasn't what it was made to seem, but still the thing is, like, why cause me as a man, I would feel like this. Like, why every time I turn around, I'm trending because of something you said, whether it's good or bad. Like, can you give me like a year, maybe
exactly
2 years to where like anything you talk about is not even like us, like our business ain't out there, like the hell, she made they basically made entanglements a word. I mean, that'll probably be the dictionary definition of entanglement will probably be whatever it is related to them within a year or two.
Everybody's going to use that term entanglement and they want to relate it to Will and Jada. Period. For the rest of,
Yeah, just like I relate transgressions to Tiger Woods, because that was the first time I've ever heard transgressions used like that. But I was thinking to myself, like, no, you cheated. Like, okay, you cheated, no. But he kept saying transgressions. So I'm like, man, these motherfuckers are finding a new fancy terms to disguise cheating.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry for my transgressions and everything. You sitting there scratching your head like.
You're like, transgressions? What? Okay.
What really happened? Like, I don't know. Is that like an extension of transactions or something? Like, did they what happened? Transgression. Right. But yeah, honestly, I would feel that way. Like, I mean, even with, just a girlfriend, like I would not want to, like, every time, I hear something, or her friends, like we're always the topic of the conversation.
Right.
Me and Reggie, blah, blah, blah. Me and Reggie. No, like, listen, baby. Calm down. Like,
right. It doesn't need to, like, I feel like every relationship is gonna have their issues. You're gonna go through your ups and downs. But like you said, we don't need to be the topic all the time. I feel like Jada is very smart and she knows exactly what she's doing.
Yeah. She she's still in love with Tupac, and like, listen, you're second fiddle, and
wait, Will the second?
Yeah, Will the second fiddle, and I love you, but you just ain't my ain't my what did we talk about last time? It was me, you, soul tie or soul mate. Yeah, you're not my soulmate. Tupac is my soulmate.
Mm-hmm. So she's just content with Will.
She content with Will. Yeah, if Will happen to knock her damn head off, she can go be with Tupac or some shit. Then she'll be happy. That might be what she's doing. You know what? I'm gonna antagonize him and yeah, but no, I don't know. I don't agree with it. I wouldn't do it, and I wouldn't put up with it. Not to say like, oh, because there might be some women like, oh, what do you mean you wouldn't put up with it? Like, man, you're not. That's the problem, men like controlling women. But no, my name don't need to be coming out your mouth all the time like that.
I feel like she is like. Have you seen Will Smith lately?
Yeah, yeah. I put it in the group text. Yeah, he looks stressed out.
Stressed the fuck out. It's like, yo, Jada need to quit. She need to stop.
Will's having identity crisis and shit. Like, 1 month. I think like earlier this year, he had the big ass pot belly, and then he started posting the workout stuff. Yeah. He was because dad bod was trending at the beginning of the year, so he had that shit. Then he had the get back in shape transformation, and then it's like a picture like 2 or 3 weeks ago. He looked like Grady from Fred Sanford. I was like, what the fuck is going on? Like, he done let all his hair grow out, and no edge up, mustache curling over his lip. Like, Will is going to fuck through it.
Yeah. And it's fucking because of Jada ass. It's because of Jada.
Damn.
Jada stressing his ass the fuck out.
Hey, and not related to them, but this might be something that actually is well, that might be happening with them, but maybe not. Who cares? Who knows? But trying to make the relationship work for children. I tried that before in my life, and it's probably one of the worst things I've done. Worst things I could have done, relationship wise, because I don't think, trying to make that work just for, to be with them more, or quote unquote see them happy because their parents are together. But how is the atmosphere or the temperature going to be good if you're not completely happy?
Such a sensitive subject. I'm just joking. So I don't agree with staying in a relationship for the kids. I don't, because believe it or not, kids are more resilient than adults are. Yeah. And I have found that out within the year. Mm-hmm. I can honestly say, I've been there, and I think your happiness means more than the kid. Well, I don't want to say it like that. Your happiness matters. Right. So if your child sees that you're happy, then you're able to do more for the kid. That's how I look at it. However,
I think you kind of said that wrong, though. You said if the child sees that you're happy, then you can do more for them. I think if you're happy and you're right, and you're
willing to do more for them.
Well, not even willing. I think if you're in a good mental state or mind state, you're going to, be in a better position all the way around to do it, because I think we've all been in them situations or spaces mentally to where we was just like really down and fucked up, and we couldn't just take care of everything else we needed to take care of because, mentally we was just all screwed up.
Yeah, I agree. So yes, I said it wrong. but yes, I think your mental health and your happiness matters. Mm-hmm. In situations like that, don't do anything for the kid, for a child, or the kids with an S, because in the long run you will regret it. And
say that again.
In the long run, you will regret it.
No, the part before that.
I think I said you should not do you should not do anything for you. It's important for you to be happy. Shit, I don't fucking know what I just said.
Listen, that Long Island and Casamigos is getting to you or something. But so this is how I think. I don't know. I think what I was interpreting what you said. I don't know. But I do. So as far as in how I see it, because I think I've told you this a couple times, our kids, they don't understand, sometimes that the decisions and things that we do, how, it may, in the short term, it may be something that they don't like or they don't disagree with, or whatever else. But in the long term, like it's what's best for us, because kids don't they never see the the long-term effects of how this is going to happen. Like, yeah, I had to do this and you're going to hate it now, but years later you're going to understand it, or whatever else. Like, oh, dad left mom, or mom left dad, and felt like my life is turned upside down, blah 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 blah. But 5-10 years later down the road, you can tell them, like, look, dad was in a bad space, or mom was in a bad space. There was this going on, that going on. You didn't know this. And some of that stuff, a lot of stuff they don't even need to know.
Right, because it's like they're too young to realize it.
Even when they're older. I mean,
but not even if they're too young. It's I just think some conversations doesn't involve kids.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, even when they're older, they probably don't need to know, because I mean, I think you can look at it that way, because like me, for one, I'm not going to be in the habit of bad mouthing my child's mother to my child. Like, oh, well, the reason why we did this is because your mom was cheating and da 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 da, or for a woman, your dad was cheating, or your mom was abusive, or whatever else. So yeah, like a lot of stuff don't need to be told. And then like that's something I would never agree with. Like, it's not a kid's business. I don't care how many times they ask, or like, well, what happened? I want to know why. It's none of your business.
Right.
Let them tell you.
I agree. And don't you think sometimes the other person will put them up to it? I feel like that's happened to me, where the other person puts them up to asking certain questions, where you're like, why do you ask me that? That ain't none of your business. That's adult conversation. That's a talk. You know what I mean? And so I'll be completely honest. I have a 7-year-old, and this topic comes up because I feel like my happiness was on him, which is why I'm in Washington right now. You know what I mean? Because his dad played on my emotions, where I felt like he felt like, oh, I'm taking his son away from him. And I never wanted that. And that was never my intention prior to us getting divorced. But I was like, well, as long as I can keep them close, or we can stay in the same state, then it's like I'm never taking his son away from him.
Right.
I'm in Washington now because of that reason, because I felt bad that he felt like I was taking his son away from him. So, which is the reason why I'm in Washington, and I'm completely unhappy with my choice. I'm just unhappy with the choice that I made. So and there was people in my head talking to me saying, hey, I don't think that's not a good choice. You need to be happy, blah, blah, blah. And at the time, I put my child's happiness before mine. And like I said, within a year, I found out that kids are very resilient, and they are very resilient, and your happiness matters.
It does. So you found that decision affecting you negatively in multiple ways, or just ways in difference, to where you had to step back and look and be like, you know what, like right now I'm not the best version of me because of this, and it's pouring over into my parenting and everything else?
Absolutely, yeah. It's definitely not. I'm definitely not the best version of me right now, but I'm still working on it. But I know exactly why. I know the reason, and I think that's a start. I know how I can get better, and that's me getting the fuck out of Washington. But at the same time, I do understand that what I want and what I feel my happiness matters more than my child at this time. And I should you sometimes so hold on. Let me back up. Let me back up. So my child happiness matters. Definitely. It definitely matters. But at the point I put my child's happiness over mine, which is the reason why I'm here now. However, I feel like at some point he deserves more from me. Because
and he'll get more with your happiness being like your happiness will affect them more
absolutely.
than just him having his way.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get that. Okay, yeah. So if I'm in a better headspace mentally, like we said earlier, then their happiness will be, because like we said, long term they don't see or understand it. But once you're in a better space mentally or whatever else, and their happiness is always going to be there, and you'll be able to make them even more happy than whatever else. But
yeah, the thing is, yes, me and his dad are both here in Washington State. We're both military. However, I don't feel like we are divorced, but we haven't fully separated. You know what I mean? Even when we were separated, we were still in the same state. You know what I mean? When we were separated before, we were still in the same state. And now that we're divorced, guess what? We're still in the same state, but I done it for my child because he played on my emotions saying, hey, you're taking my child away from him. And I have a son, so I never wanted it to feel like I was taking his son away from him, so hence why I'm here in Washington now.
There's always some other bunch of questions like, well, what could you have done to, make sure that we are together, not together? But that's another story for another day. I mean, that's your story. But I mean, I not in a similar situation, but I decided to even not gonna really well. So there was a time, military, has you here and there or whatever else, and the woman I was married to, that just wasn't for her. She didn't like it. She didn't care for it. Came back off a deployment, and my wife was gone, XYZ, and I did everything in my power to fight for her to come back and everything, and it happened. But thinking back on it, I don't know if it's something I should have did, because I mean the decision was made by her. Like, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. This relationship. We were both young at the time anyway, us, me being married to someone in the military, and I was in a bad place at that time anyway, Fort Stewart, when we was definitely rapid deployment. It's like every 6 months we were somewhere. So like, yeah, it just seemed like every 6 months, if I wasn't at home, I was out in the field. If I wasn't out in the field, I was at NTC. If I wasn't NTC, I was in Kuwait or Iraq or somewhere. So I was always gone, and she had made that decision to where, this is nothing, that I want to be involved with. But, we ended up getting back together, and the relationship never got back to where it was, or never got better. And I was just basically was just like, I was there and she was there, and we was just coexisting. We weren't living, we was just coexisting. And at that time, it just felt like, okay, I just want my family to be together. That's what it felt like. And that's what felt right. Just wanting my family to be together. But then, her, me not being happy, that poured over into a lot of other things, as far as in me not really wanting to come home at certain times or do this or do that, even though my children was there. And yes, I need to be there, spend time with my children, but I can do that shit without being married to this woman. So once I started like contemplating, like, should we just, like just end this or whatever else, I was talking to older guys, and they tell you that dumbass saying, oh, it's cheaper to keep her and blah, 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 this and blah, blah, that and whatever else. And it took this married couple to just talk to me, and I still to this day I still know it's years and years later. But the actual wife of that marriage, she said, what did she said, look, your happiness is worth more than anything. Like, you being happy is going to make you a better man, a better father, and everything else. Like, what's going to end up happening is you're going to stay there in the situation. Things are going to continue to get worse and worse and worse. And next thing you know, not saying it's going to happen. Hopefully it don't happen. It can turn into something physical. Then it can turn into something violent to where someone's trying to kill somebody or something else and da 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 da. So just think about, your happiness and how can you, be a better, man, father, for your kids. Because, like, obviously this relationship is over for each other. And we were kind of toxic, for each other at the same time anyway, because if to me, it felt like she didn't care what was going on in the house, what, if she did this, if she did, at times she wanted to work, times she didn't want to work, at times she wanted to clean the house, at times she didn't want to clean the house. There was times I had to come home and, make dinner, but my wife had been home all day, laying on the sofa, watching Maury or some shit. You know what I'm saying? So yes, but then so I made that decision, and then it came down to all this stuff that I'm giving up. Like, I can get it back. Like, I can get it back sometime or another. Like, everything in the house was there for me. I bought the furniture, I did this, I did that. But if I let all that stuff go, like, so be it. Like, and I can say, now that, I am in a better place. This has been years and years and years ago. And even like our relationship now is great. We can talk, we text each other from here and there, times to talk or whatever, FaceTime each other and talk. Even she even calls me and talk to me, ask me about, relationships with guys that she's in, ask me, well, how should I handle this or do this or whatever else? But, long story short, happy space. I am a better man for my baby, and just myself in general.
Yeah.
I've grown a lot from it, and not trying to just force this relationship just to be in the house around her, because I do know, and I'll tell anybody now that you can be in this child's life. That's up to you. Like, that's up to you. You can be in this child's life. It might not be every day. Like, they wake up to you, they go to sleep to you, all this other stuff, but that's a consequence, like, that you may have to take, and deal with in order to not be, with this person that today y'all are hot, tomorrow y'all cold, and then y'all are hot the next day, and then that lasts for 2 or 3 days, and then y'all are cold 4 days later, and that lasts for 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? Y'all arguing about this. So yeah.
Right. Because as soon as you get in an argument, you're gonna be like, yo, why am I here?
Yeah. Here we go again.
Yeah. Yeah. So I get it. I completely get it. Lesson learned. That's all I can say. Won't happen again.
Well, hopefully, knock on wood and all that good stuff. So let's take another shot while we at this.
Okay.
Like intermission.
Intermission?
Something like that, intermission. Okay. My last and I hate to even date episodes, but the last episode I did with me and Dre, it's episode 63 for the listeners and viewers.
Victim.
It's called, Victim. Good. A lot of comments, a lot of feedback.
That's good.
A lot of people are in their feelings about that, and I want to talk about it next time. Next time me and Dre record, we're gonna talk about it. But yeah, it's interesting how you can say something on, like this on a platform podcast, and there are people that think you're talking about them when you're not. Like, what I'm saying? Like,
right?
No, that's not even the case. Like, like, there's something I said that I completely preferenced that was like directly related to one specific person. And so I don't know how someone else misconstrued it to them, because I clearly said da 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 da, and but whatever. Here's a shot to being unapologetic.
Unapologetic.
All right.
Ooh.
So is the thought of a man cheating enough to make you want to leave him? Like, let's say you caught him having conversations or whatever else. There was like some sexual innuendo in there. Nothing happened, but it was talks about it, that it could happen, it might happen, it may happen. Is that enough for you to say to leave that person?
I'm not going to say to leave them, but it's definitely a conversation, because I feel like emotionally you're cheating.
I knew you was going to say that as soon as you said emotionally.
I feel like emotionally you're cheating. You just haven't performed the act yet. So is it enough to make you leave? No, because I can only speak for me. But once the act is performed, you have cheated. But emotionally cheating can be reversed. You know what I mean? I feel like you can talk to your partner or whomever about what is being said. Why does this woman have the same access to you that I have? I'm your wife, or I'm your significant girlfriend, whatever, whatever our title is. But why does this sideline hoe have the same access to you that I have? Then that's the problem that we got to talk about. So no, it's not necessarily I'm going to leave you, but it's definitely going to be a very deep dive, detailed type conversation.
So, there's never a good answer to that question. Is there? Honestly, is there a good answer to that question? Let's say I'm your man and you say, hey, why does that bitch got access to you like I do? What answer is good enough to make you say, okay, well, or what can we do to change that?
Right. There is no good answer. There's no good answer, because there are certain things that I should know about you that are very personal to you that another woman should not know. Especially, so if you're just going to this woman for sex or whatever, then that's just exactly what it is, strictly sex. Now, do I condone that? No, but I'm just saying, if there is no way that you can be crazy in love with me and then telling this next woman the same shit. I feel like, so for me, everybody doesn't have access to me. You know what I mean? There are certain things that I will tell people that are very close to me, personal stuff about me. Then there's things where I'll be like, oh yeah, we cool, you know what I mean? You're not gonna get everything you want out of me though. You know what I mean? Like, so yeah, I just feel like if you have not exactly performed the act yet, then there's a conversation that we can talk about. But no, I'm not going to necessarily leave you. But I am going to give you the side eye. My antennas, are going to be up, but at the same time, I'm not going to necessarily leave you. It just depends on the situation, I guess.
Let me ask you this question real quick before I continue. Are you on a social media strike or hiatus?
Why do you say that?
Because I was about to tag you in this cover art that I'm releasing for the episode that's coming out.
I am.
Okay, all right, that's cool. That's all right. So no, you did. So I'm not gonna tag you. But so as far as in what we were just talking about, trust. Is there trust lost? Do you still trust?
The trust is questionable. It is definitely questionable. So for me, again, I can't speak for any other woman in the world. I can only speak for me. I will give everybody the trust that they need. However, once that trust is broken, can it be mended? Yes. But will it be the same? Probably not.
So therefore, I mean, mended but not the same. Should the relationship continue on?
It just depends. It depends. Trust is a big part of a relationship. A very big part of a relationship, as well as sex. But trust, again, is something that can be worked on. It can definitely, if the man is willing to put in the work, then yes, it can be mended.
Okay.
However, in the back of your mind, I feel like you're always going to relive that situation or whatever that broke your trust. But people grow. I do understand that people grow from situations and people get better. So for me, I'm willing to give people the benefit of the doubt of growth and being better in life.
So here we go.
But again, the trust cannot be it's like an oxymoron, like for real. It's like I feel like I'm contradicting myself a little.
Maybe.
I don't know. But like I said, once the trust is broken, can it be mended? Yes. But will it be the same? You're gonna have to put in some work. Like seriously.
All right. So let me flip it and ask you like this. So if a man tells you like, I don't know if I can ever trust you the same again. Or if he says, I don't know if I can ever love you the same again. Are you willing to stay in that relationship and see if he can? And if it never happens, then you know what? We can amicably go our separate ways or whatever else. Or are you like, you know what? I'm probably not gonna get his trust back or this love back, you know, to where it was or how it was before. So let me not waste our time and we can just blah blah blah.
So for a man, it's double standards. Period. Because once a woman cheats on a man, it's like the point of no return. There's some men out there that will take your ass back. You know what I mean? But I feel like a man thinks once his cookie has been given to somebody else.
Yeah, you
they like that shit is no good no more.
Yeah, that cookie's a little spoiled, tainted.
Exactly. So I'm just like, I hear you saying I can trust you, or it will never be the same. If a man tells me that, then I think we just need to go our separate ways because a man thinks differently. It's pride. A man has a lot of pride. If a woman cheats on a man, you know what I mean? They're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, ain't no man supposed to be able to.
Somebody else come and tasting my cookie or whatever. You know what I mean? So it's like, at this point, it's like, yo, it is what it is. He don't even want you because this is probably a whole nother subject, but he's like, oh, I got a hall pass. I got a pass to do whatever now because she done cheated. So I can go out here and do whatever. But, you know.
All right. So, you know, funny that you say that because I have been in a situation before, you know, the lady I talked about earlier that, you know, I cheated like, you know, on her, like once, you know, we got together and we talked about everything. like we immediately like, well, it went to sex right away.
Of course.
So it was like, did you kiss her? Did you have a condom on?
Yep.
Did you nut in her, or blah blah blah? All these other questions. And then it actually went into physical sex. Like she was like it to me, it almost felt like she was trying to reclaim what's hers.
Yeah,
like during the sex, like she was asking me like she don't fuck you like this, do she? I bet she don't, or she don't suck your dick like this or whatever. This my dick. That questions like that. Like, I'm thinking to myself like,
and that's everything during the act, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course, because it's like, oh, I need to have one up on this bitch. That's exactly what it is. I need to feel like I have one up on this bitch. That's exactly what it is.
That is a conversation. Let me put that in my notes because I'm going to get into that, because I have had an instance like that before. And
she may have gotten you, you may have fucked her, but she don't fuck you like this. She don't suck your dick like this. That's exactly what it is. That's exactly what it is.
Mm-hmm.
So it's almost like, is that enough to keep you at home at this point? Is that enough to be like, okay, I'm not going to cheat no more. I know what I got at home.
Questions we may never know. But yeah, I think, well, I guess a man, me, I don't think that the thought of, her maybe, so I think that's something different from men. So you would be like, well, as a woman, you would be like, you cheated, you emotionally cheated. Like you was emotionally available for her, blah, 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 you cheated. Me, I would want to know what the fuck is going on. But the emotional part, like, because I don't think we relate emotions and things like that.
Exactly, y'all don't.
So yeah, so I wouldn't. So yeah, so I wouldn't be like, I would be like, nah, like we need to figure out what the fuck is going on. Like, who's this nigga? He don't need to have access to you no more, or whatever else. Like,
yep, that's exactly what it is.
That should need to be deaded.
That's exactly what it is for men. The men, y'all only think about the physical part of it.
Okay.
You don't think about the emotional effects that it may have on. You don't think about emotional cheating. For women, we think about emotional cheating. Of course, physical too. But men, it's automatic physical. Did you fuck him? Period. And if the answer is yes, then oh yeah, I don't think we can be together no more, because you feel like your prized possession, your cookie, whatever you want to call it, is tainted. Somebody else was able to lick, taste, feel, whatever, what is supposed to be yours.
This is something me and Dre are going to talk about.
Please, I would love to hear
reclaim your cookie once it's been tasted by someone else.
Can you reclaim it?
Can you reclaim your cookie once it's been tasted by another man?
Yeah. I'm really gonna say no, because
can you, or are you willing?
Women will be the first to take your ass back. We will be the first to be like, okay, I accept your apology. Let's move forward. Men, they ain't trying to hear that shit. It's a double standard. It really is.
Yeah. I agree with that. We're definitely gonna have this conversation. Me and Jay gonna have. So does it feel like to you that sneaky links are the new relationships?
Relationships? I don't know.
It's a part of it.
The term relationships, I don't know. However, it is definitely something that Sneaky Link is doing that keeps you coming back. Something wifey isn't doing, hubby isn't doing.
So I think we're misconstruing the term sneaky link because more people have sneaky links when they are single. Well, I don't necessarily really hear anybody married in relationships talk about sneaky links. It's all like single people.
So okay, let me.
So that's just being able to deal with somebody, but not really being in a relationship. Like, yeah, like you my little, you know what I mean?
So is a sneaky link, so you're saying both people are
So
single?
here, let's use the wide web to define what we're gonna call a sneaky link. Why?
Okay.
Internet acting crazy. All right. So what should we use? Urban Dictionary?
Urban Dictionary, of course.
All right. We'll go to Urban Dictionary and let's see what sneaky link is on Urban Dictionary. Sneaky link. All right, sneaky link.
I'm curious to know what it says.
When you and another person are fucking but don't want anyone to know about it, which you can be single or in a relationship. A sneaky link can be a sexual or non-sexual experience that nobody knows about. Usually is a sexual experience. My sneaky link rearranged these guts last night. That was the term or phrase they used.
Wait. It said what? Rearrange some guts?
My sneaky link rearranged these guts last night.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, it's all the same thing. When you're having sex with someone and you don't want anyone else to know, some of you are having sexual relationships with other people that you don't want to know about. It's a secret hookup. Yeah.
Okay. So now that I have the definition of a sneaky link, doesn't always necessarily meaning that you're in a relationship or that you're married.
Right.
You're out there.
What you doing on the low?
Is the sneaky link the new relationship? That was the question, right?
Yeah.
Sure.
Why you say sure?
Sometimes privacy is okay. It's good to be private. Everything doesn't need to be explicit. However, if you're still trying to figure things out, trying to see if maybe this is the person or whatever, then okay, I'll get it. It's okay to be a sneaky link. However, at some point, one of y'all is gonna be like, "You're not gonna hide me no more."
Well, maybe, sometime down the road, somebody's just gonna pop out and be like, "I said yes," or "She said yes," and then like, damn, like when was they ever fucking with each other?
Exactly, and that's absolutely.
But that's beautiful though. That's beautiful. I would love that. That's beautiful.
Yeah, and I agree. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that because you kept your relationship private that whole time. Because sometimes people see you in a relationship. Unfortunately, so this is how it works. The universe. As soon as people see that you're happy or in a relationship, you got everybody and their mama in your DMs, texting you or whatever. And you're like, what the fuck you been this whole time? Like, you ain't been worried about what the fuck I got going on in my life. Now, all of a sudden, you see on Facebook or Instagram or whatever, in a relationship with whoever, right? And so now all of a sudden they want to inbox you. Oh, you never gave me the time of the day or blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Right. So sometimes it's okay to keep your relationship private. It's completely okay. It's okay to share people on your stories every now and then. Yeah. Like, oh yeah, this is my homegirl or homeboy.
I can't do that though. I can't do that. Anybody I share on my story, I'm fucking. I get DMs all the time, like, you look happy or whatever else. I'm like,
Reggie, just say thank you and move forward. Who cares?
you look happy. Like this could be my
But who do you owe an explanation?
I don't want explanation to
anybody.
Anybody. Yeah, but it's just the insinuations. Like, I don't know. Why are women like that? Like, I see women post like something with them and another man or whatever else. I'm like, oh, okay, whatever, and keep it moving. But it seems like me as a man, and even some of my other like homeboys, have echoed the same thing. Like they'll post something, a picture of them with a girl, a video or something, and here comes the DMs or the messages. Oh, I see you happy, or the heart emoji or some shit, huh?
I feel like that's slick shade.
Probably is.
That's slick shade. I mean, maybe I don't know. I just feel like it's slick shade.
Well, he'll be trying to find some shit out. But so before we end this, I got one question for you. It's just something I thought of. When you were married, was your did your relationship status on social media reflect that?
Nope.
Okay. Did his?
Once we were going through our shit, he did.
So you're not that type of person, like you're not going to put your relationship status or whatever?
At the time, I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
But when we were going through our shit, we had our rough patch, we were separated and everything. He felt like that was a part of us mending things or trying to work on things. Mm-hmm. I felt like it was a little too late then. You know what I mean? Because apparently all the bitches already knew that we were married. Now granted, I was all over his page. He was sharing pictures or posting pictures of me or whatever, but women don't fucking care. They don't care. Anyway, especially if you're giving them the attention that they want. But anyway, in a new relationship, would that reflect? Sure. I don't have a problem with it reflecting. Mm-hmm. I really don't have a problem with it reflecting. But for him, it didn't reflect until we were in our rough patch. And I felt like it was genuine.
And yours, you know what I mean? But yours didn't reflect at all.
It didn't reflect at all. You know how on Facebook where it says they tag you or whatever, and they're like, hey, this person's saying that they're in a relationship with you or they're married with you.
Okay.
So I think I accepted it and said yes, but it was only for me to view. You know what I mean? And it's not that I was hiding anything. It was like, why couldn't you do this in the beginning? Because I did ask the question. Mm-hmm. I said, hey, maybe we should put our relationship status on Facebook in the beginning. He was just like, everybody knows I'm with you and whatever. I share pictures of you. Okay. I'm like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Not a big deal. Whatever. Mm-hmm. So it never reflected. But like I said, until we were at that stage where we were separated and we were trying to work on things, but it just could not come together. He felt like, oh, this is the perfect time for me to say, hey, I'm married to Cherie.
Okay.
When I felt like it was a little too late then. Even though social media should not dictate your relationships.
It shouldn't. No, it should. And public shouldn't either. Because I think we do a lot for public image.
The society and generation, everything that we're living in right now, social media is everything.
It's a hell of a drug. So does your relationship status right now reflect that you're single? Does it say single?
It doesn't.
Okay. All right.
It doesn't say anything because it's not viewed. It's only for me to view.
All right, gotcha.
Because I don't want to feel like, oh, now that I'm single, I can have all these men in my inbox or whatever. Because when I was younger, I loved attention. I don't so much care for it. I mean, I like attention, but it's the right type of attention. I guess that, I don't know.
Me neither. Only you know. But you got anything you want to say before we close this out?
Reggie, it was fun.
Huh?
It was fun. I had fun.
As always.
Yeah, of course. As always.
I think I'm gonna have to adopt you when
anytime you
I need
need
a
me,
woman.
Reggie,
When I need a woman co-host, I think I'm gonna have to adopt you. Even once me and Dre are more, when he's in a better situation where consistency is everything, and he can just do what he want to do. Because right now, what's going on. I mean, because you've been deployed or TCS before, whatever. So yeah,
right.
yeah. But yeah, I might adopt you as a because sometimes it's great to have the woman point of view or voice.
Right.
Always listening to two men speak on men things is cool, but then speaking on the women's side of things, you're like, and I always had, at the preface, like, I mean, I don't know about what feel like, but I don't know what a woman feel like. I don't overthink, but whatever. But thank you everybody for tuning in and listening or watching another episode of Unapologetic Podcast. Shout out to everybody, our continued supporters and viewers, listeners, all that good stuff. And everybody that just genuinely cares for us and helping us continue this and keeping us going. I appreciate it and love it. Dre, hold it down. You know how we do. I see he just messaged me and was like, "You damn right," because I told him I was gonna post an episode, even though I didn't. And he was like, "So yeah." But
yes, I was looking. I got up this morning and I was like, "Let me see what Reggie posted." I said, "Wait a minute, I didn't get no notification." I said, "My notifications are fucked up." Because I didn't get a notification at 3:00 my time saying Unapologetic the podcast, new episode whatever.
You know what? So you probably, if you're on D&D, then you won't get it. But as soon as you come off, you'll probably get no. My bad.
You didn't release anything on Saturday.
In 3 hours, you'll get a notification.
Okay.
You'll have a notification before you go to sleep. You'll probably be laying down in bed and it'll go off. But yeah. But everybody, thank you again. As always, we're Unapologetic, with Unfiltered episode. Oh, I'm not even going. This don't have a number yet because I don't know when it's going to come out.
oh, my bad.
Because this is replacing the one I just used. This is one of my put on ice episodes, but it's a great one though. I love it. But yeah, as always, Unapologetic, we're Unfiltered. We are out of here. We will see y'all next week. Prime Minister signing out.
Bye.
Peace.
You know what it is. Thanks for listening to another episode of Unapologetic, the podcast. Don't forget to share, like, and subscribe.
Better follow me.